Well, Pirate Pete, day two. I'm here to actually figure out if you have designed your creation yet. No way I designed Brian. So I'm just going to take a seat here. And, well, are you ready to show me what you've designed? I'm really looking forward to this.
Yes, Matthew, I spent ages making a creation. Let me go get him. Look, it's my new friend Leonard.
Okay, Pirate Pete, I just have to share one thing with you. You do know that you've just got a Coke can and you've just put bits of cardboard on it.
Yes, but isn't he wonderful?
Well, you know what? The boys and girls have done some great designs, and Pirate Pete, I think you could do a lot better than that. I'll tell you what. I'm going to go in and I'm going to tell the boys and girls what we're doing for day two. I have to head back to my workshop to do that. So maybe when I'm back later on, you'll have a better designed friend. How does that sound?
Yes, I spent ages making him, but I guess I could make a bigger, better one for when you come back, Matthew.
That's great. Okay, I'm going to shoot on here, and I need to tell the boys and girls what's happening at day two. So I'll see you in a bit. Well, hello, boys and girls. And we're back here at Matthew's workshop. And as you can see, Brian is back with me. He's been bandaged up because he had a little bit of a fall yesterday. Wasn't my fault. He fell over himself. I had nothing to do with it. But he's all better now and he's all back, ready to help us again. For those who have already sent in their creations, thank you so much for sending them in. They look great. And if you haven't yet created your creation, please do send it in when you've got it done. You've got over the next couple of days to get it in. And you see, Brian was glad to be back with me because Brian is here today to help show, because yesterday we were talking about loving others, and I created Brian to do that. Remember, I went through all the different things that I added to him, the same way that we are created by God to love others as well. But today we're taking a look at something kind of the same, but kind of different as well. We're taking a look at loving where you live. So we're still talking about loving, but we're loving where we live. Now, many of you watching this could live in many parts of Northern Ireland. Maybe some people are watching this that aren't even from Northern Ireland. That's how incredible the internet is these days. But I'm living in Lurgan at the moment, and I'm sure maybe you watching this are living in Moira or around that area. But today we're looking at where we live, loving where we live. And in your pack, you should have two sheets, okay, that look exactly the same. So I've only got one with me, but you should have two of these, and you'll have four. Well, there'll be two in each page, so you'll have four in total. And what you're going to do is you're going to cut them out. So cut them out nice and neatly. And if you have a bit of cardboard lying around, maybe a cereal box, or maybe like me, some fajita boxes, what you can do is you can stick these to those boxes. Now you remember, so you'll have four globes, four pictures of the earth, and you're going to stick them onto a piece of cardboard. And I want to show you what I mean. Okay, so here is what I've done. Now you'll have two of these. I've only got one because I haven't yet cut this out. But you should have this piece of cardboard, as you can see, so it's a bit more thicker and not as flimsy as paper. And what you're going to do is you're going to stick them back to back. Okay, so stick them back to back, so when you turn it around, you can still see the Earth. And what you're going to do is you're going to make a 3D planet Earth. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to finish this up, and I'm going to show you the end product of what you should have. There are instructions in the pack that you got. So now it's time for me to get my hammer back out and to make the 3D planet. So let's do this. Voila. I've created my two pictures of planet Earth have been put together. So they have. Now what I'm going to do is as you can see, when you've put them together on a piece of cardboard, you'll see a line going down each of them. So what you're going to do is you're going to get some scissors and you're going to cut a line. Now you may need to do, maybe one line will do, you may need to go aside and create out another slot. But what you're going to do is we're going to see and hope this works the first time. Then you're going to take them and you're going to try and piece them together. Now this can be pretty tricky, so you want to get them in nice and straight. As you can see, I'm having a bit of a struggle. Okay, there we go. We have nearly got it. Just a wee bit more, if I could just, okay, so there we go. we have our 3D planet Earth, okay? And this is going to be what we're going to look at today when we're talking about loving where we live. Because we're going to get another bit of string, and that means you could stick it on to that, and it means you can have it dangling down. Now, you'll probably make a better one than me because I obviously haven't done it right. I haven't followed my own instructions. But this is what you're going to get. You're going to get this planet 3D Earth. And the reason we've done this is that because, as I said today, we're talking about loving where we live. And that means loving Moira or Lurgan or just wherever that we find ourselves living today. It's important that we love it. In the very beginning, in the book of Genesis, when God is creating the earth, when God creates things, he says that everything was good. Everything was perfect because God created everything. And God is good, so therefore whatever he creates is also good. But it's very important that not only do we love others, like I designed Brian to do, and how God designed us and designed me to do, to love others, but it's important that we love the planet in which we live in. And how do I love Moira? How do I love Lurgan? Well, it's simple. We care for it. If you love someone, like we talked about yesterday, when you see someone struggling, what do? You go help them. When you see someone maybe having a hard time, we go over and we try to love them. So how do we love where we live? Well, we look after it. And it's very important that we do that. We love creation by making sure we recycle, making sure we throw our rubbish in the bin. And those are some ways of doing it, of looking after and loving where we live. Now, many of you watching this, as I said, are probably from the Moira, Lurgan area. And what I want you to do today is you've been given a very short scavenger hunt. And that scavenger hunt involves you going around and finding different things where you live. Finding different insects, finding different animals and different things and objects that are all part of creation. It's very important that we love this creation that God has given us. Because the same way that God created me, and the same way that I created Brian, God also created creation. So it's very important that we love where we live and we look after the things that we've been given. So that's the challenge for you today, is we'll create this, design your globe, and you can hang it up as a reminder that everything that God has created, Earth, is good. But I want you now to go out, well, anytime during the day, you can go out and do a little bit of a scavenger hunt and try to find those things. But not only just tick them off the list, but what I want you to do is, when you find them, I want you to say thank you to God for creating those things. To say thank you that he created those insects, that he created the clouds, that he created the trees that are in parks and are all over the place, because those things are good and God created them. God loves us and he cares for us because he created us and we're part of that creation. So that links in actually really well to what we were talking yesterday about loving others. Fun out doing your scavenger hunt today. And yeah, me and Brian, we're going to go do the scavenger hunt now. We're going to make sure we thank God for everything that we find. I wonder where my breads went. Goodness, I can't make my lunch without my bread. Anyway, Pirate Pete, I'm back. Finished talking to the boys and girls. So you had a lot of time to do your new creation, and I hope that you've made them bigger and better than the last one.
Oh, Matthew, I've been so busy when you've been in your workshop talking to the boys and girls. Wait till you see my new friend. I'll go get him. Oh, he's really heavy, Matthew. Look, it's Leonard Sr.
Pirate Pete, that's where my bread went. I was looking for that. I thought to myself, I'm not going to be able to have any lunch today because my bread had disappeared, but you have it. Pirate Pete, all you've done is stick bits of cardboard onto a loaf of bread. That's not really a creation.
Oh, Matthew, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that was your bread. You just told me to make a better one.
Anyway, at least you tried. But, you know, the boys and girls, they've done some great designs. And, you know, I have to say, Pirate Pete, they've done a lot better than you. But maybe next time you'll do better. But anyway, time for me to go and, you know, get myself some lunch now that I've found my bread. And, well, I'll see you tomorrow, Pete. Okay? See you then.